Hello everybody, hope all of you are well, and today I will continue the carboxylic acid book discussion. So today I will discuss the another type of reaction due to this COOH group. Okay, first we discuss the reduction reaction of carboxylic acid. Reduction to alkanes. Reduction to alkanes. If we think about one carboxylic acid and if we use the reagent red phosphorus and HI, so here 6HI will react in presence of red phosphorus, that will produce RCH3 corresponding alkane, plus there will be formation of iodine and water. Now if you balance it, here 3I2 is required, and for water there will be twice H2. Okay. Next we will discuss reduction to alcohols. If we take the carboxylic acid and if we use the reagent like lithium aluminum hydride, okay, so if we take that RC double bond OH and if we use the reagent lithium aluminum hydride in tetrahydrofuran or ether, then it will produce RCH2H. So this reduction of acid will produce corresponding alcohol. Next we will discuss the decarboxylation reaction. If we take the sodium salt of carboxylic acid, we add sodium hydroxide into carboxylic acid, it will form sodium salt of carboxylic acid, and if we heat with soda lime, that is NaOH plus CaO, then there will be formation of the alkane, okay, and carbon dioxide, then methane will form, and carbon dioxide gas, okay, will react with this sodium hydroxide forming sodium carbonate. Okay, so here we will get the corresponding RH, that means methane gas and NH2. Next we will discuss the thermal decomposition of dicarboxylic acid. If we think about the malonic acid, CH2 C double bond O C double H, and if you apply heat, the temperature should be around 430 Kelvin. Then there will be decarboxylation of one carboxylic acid, it will produce acetic acid and carbon dioxide. And next, another important decarboxylation of carboxylic acid when beta at the beta position a keto group is present, that is beta keto acid. Beta keto acid and this dicarboxylation are thermally not stable. Okay, so if you apply heat, definitely there will be elimination of carbon dioxide and we will get different product. Okay, so here from this dicarboxyl we are getting monocarboxylic acid, and if we take that beta keto carboxylic acid. Okay, and if we apply heat, it will produce acetone. Decarboxylation of this COOH group, and there will be formation of carbon dioxide gas. Understand? Next we will discuss another reaction, that is Cole's electrolytic reaction. Aqueous solution of alkali metal salts of monocarboxylic acid, okay, yields the alkanes. Actually what is happening here, we write the reaction that you can understand. Already in class 11 alkane part we have discussed. So we have to do the electrolysis of the sodium salt of acid. Suppose we are taking that CH3 C double O Na, negative, and this one is positive. We take 2. Okay, what will happen? First there will be formation of there will be dissociation of this compound, okay, that will produce twice CH3 C double bond OO minus plus twice Na plus. Now anion will go to the anode and cation will go to the cathode, but actually the reaction at cathode will be that water will form OH minus, that is twice H2O. Cathode there will be reduction, okay. So we will accept 2 electron forming 2 OH minus, okay, plus there will be formation of hydrogen gas, and at anode there will be oxidation. So this CH3 CH3 double minus will release or lose 1 electron because anode there is oxidation, okay. So there will be formation of twice CH3 C double bond O dot plus 2 electron. Now what will happen? This compound will decompose, form carbon dioxide gas and formation of ethane molecule, plus there will be twice CO2, okay. So in this way we can prepare the alkane, and this method is called Wiplis's method. Next, if we take this dicarboxylic, the carboxylic acid is the same compound, that is same molecule. If we think about the example of sodium succinate, CH2 C double Na CH2 C double Na. This one is the sodium salt of succinic acid. So here also by electrolysis what will be the product here? Product will be ethylene, CH2 double bond CH2, and there will be elimination of carbon dioxide gas, that is twice CO2 plus twice NaOH, plus there will be formation of hydrogen. Next, if we take the example of this molecule, both carboxylic acid have the double bond in the same site, it is malic acid, okay. So here if we do the electrolysis, then what will be the product? Product will be the acetylene, okay. Plus there will be also formation of carbon dioxide gas with twice KOH and hydrogen gas. Okay, hope you can understand. Next we will discuss the reaction of the alkyl group. And this reaction is very important reaction, and this is called Hale-Volgerd-Zelensky reaction, okay, and its name is HVZ, Hale-Volgerd-Zelensky reaction, HVZ reaction. Now here in the presence of red phosphorus and chlorine or any halogen, chlorine or bromine halogen atoms, the hydrogens attached to the alpha carbon are replaced by halogen atoms. If we take one example, we can easily understand. If we take that RCH2COOH, this one is the alpha carbon, and here if we use that red phosphorus, water, and we have to use one halogen, that halogen we are using here chlorine, okay. then there will be replacement of alpha hydrogen and we will get this product, and this reaction is called HBZ reaction. Now if more than 1 mole of halogen is used, here we have used 1 mole. If we use more than 1 mole halogen, then what will be the product? Okay, the hydrogens will be successively replaced one by one. Okay, that means if we take the CH3COOH, here if we give the red phosphorus and 3 mole chlorine, okay, then all hydrogen will be replaced by chlorine one by one step successively, okay, and we will get the trichloroacetic acid in this way, and we will get formation of thioCH. Okay, so in this way we can easily prepare by this HBZ reaction trichloroacetic acid. Okay, and there is many significance of this type of reactions. Okay, before going to significance, here I am showing reaction of this HBZ reaction. If we take bromine in place of chlorine, what will happen? The same thing will happen, that alpha hydrogen will be replaced by bromine. Okay, so if we take the CH3 COOH, and here we are giving red phosphorus, water and bromine, then we get this compound, and we are using we have used 1 mole bromine, so we will get that alpha hydrogen replace bromine. Okay, now if we give more red phosphorus and bromine, then other hydrogens will be also replaced. Okay, but if we think this type of compound where there is no alpha hydrogen, here at alpha position there is no alpha hydrogen. Okay, so this is trimethyl acetic acid, so here no HBZ reaction is possible. Okay, so there will be no HBZ reaction because alpha hydrogens are absent. Understand? Next we will discuss the significance of this type of reaction. So we can prepare different types of compounds, like alpha hydroxy acetic acid we can prepare. So from this HBZ reaction we can prepare this compound. Okay, that is alpha chloroacetic acid. Okay, or 2-chloroacetic acid, 2-chloroethanoic acid, the IPAC name. Here if we use aqueous KOH, definitely there will be substitution reaction, and we will get the CH2COOH, which plus there will be formation of KC. So this one is alpha hydroxy acetic acid. Okay, now if we add here potassium cyanide, then there will be formation of CH2COOHCl. Now if we hydrolyze this compound by using H3O plus, okay, then it will convert into acid. So there will be formation of dicarboxylic acid. And what is the name of this compound? This is malonic acid. Malonic acid. Okay, malonic acid. Just now I have discussed this dicarboxylic acid is unstable, thermally unstable. If we apply it, it will lose carbon dioxide and there will be formation of acetic acid. From this intermediate, that this compound CH2COOH, we can also prepare the amino acid like glycine. So if we give ammonia here, so ammonia will replace the chlorine group and forming COOH. Okay, there will be formation of HCl. Okay. Now, what is the name of this amino acid? This is glycine. Okay. Another product we can do that by the elimination reaction. If we take this one, that is CH3, CHBr, COOH, and if we give alcoholic KOH and heat, alcoholic KOH and heat will produce the elimination product, and this compound is called acrylic acid. ACRYLIC, acrylic acid. So in this way we can easily understand the significance of HBJ reaction. So from this intermediate, from this CCl bond, we can prepare different types of compounds. Next we will discuss on oxidation. If we take butyric acid, if we add hydrogen peroxide, okay, definitely it will oxidize the carboxylic acid and there will be formation of beta hydroxy butyric acid. Okay, so the reaction will be CH3, CH2, CH2, COOH. Here we are giving hydrogen peroxide as oxidizing agent. So this one is alpha, beta. At beta position there will be formation of one OH function. And this one is also called that the beta alpha. This one is alpha, beta, beta hydroxy butyric acid or butanoic acid. Okay, or we can tell 1, 2, 3, 3 hydroxy butanoic acid. Next we will discuss the substitution reaction in the aromatic ring. Suppose if we think about the aromatic carboxylic acid like benzoic acid. Now benzoic acid, because of resonance, it will be metal radioactive. Okay. So here for bromination, if we give bromine and FeBr3, okay, then at the meta position there will be addition of the bromine, so we will get meta-bromobenzoic acid. And if we do the nitration reaction by using mixed acid, that C double bond OH, and if we give concentrated H2SO4 and concentrated HNO3 1:1, we apply heat, then definitely there will be formation of meta-nitrobenzoic acid. Okay, because the electrophile will go to the meta position where the electron density is high. Because of this minus I effect or minus R effect of this carboxylic group, it will reduce the electron density at ortho and para position. So there will be no electrophilic attack at the ortho and para position. Only there will be the meta attack at the there will be electrophilic attack at the meta position. Okay. Next, if we want to do the sulfonation reaction, if we take this benzoic acid and if we add the concentrated sulfuric acid or fuming sulfuric acid in presence of sulfur trioxide, and if we apply heat, definitely what will happen? There will be sulfonation at the meta position. This COOH at meta position, there will be SO3H. Hope you can understand. But if we think about the Friedel-Crafts reaction, okay, and as the aromatic ring becomes deactivated by the COOH group, so there will be no Friedel-Crafts reaction. Next, we will discuss the test of acids. We know that formic acids will give the positive silver mirror test with the tolerance reagents and forms also red PPT when you heat with Fehling's solution. Okay. But if we give the HgCl2 will get a white or grey PPT. But if you think about the acetic acid produces red color when a neutral solution of ferric chloride is added to it. And acetic acid also gives the esterification test. So if we add ethyl alcohol and add concentrate sulfuric acid and apply heat, then definitely there will be formation of ethyl acetate, okay, having present fruity smell or characteristic smell of ester. Next one is we will discuss the benzoic acid. Benzoic acid will give a buff color precipitation on treatment with neutral ferric chloride solution, okay. And it will also produce carbon dioxide gas if we add sodium bicarbonate solution. And you have to remember one thing, that benzoic acid is soluble in hot water. So we have to perform this test in hot water. Okay. On warming with ethyl alcohol and a little concentrated sulfuric acid, benzoic acid also will give a fragrant odor of ethyl benzoate. Okay. On strongly heating with soda lime, it gives the vapors of benzene which burn with a sooty flame. Next, we will discuss the use of the carboxylic acid. Formic acid can be used in different industries. Okay, in dye industry, textile industry, as for coagulating agent for rubbers. Okay, in presence of it also can be used for the preservation of fluids, and antiseptic we can use. And ethanoic acid, we know that it is in the form of vinegar we are using in food also, and in the manufacture of ethyl acetate, perfumes, dyes, stuffs. As a coagulating agent in the rubber industry, it can be also used at preparation of lead acetate or lead tetraacetate in the manufacture of basic copper acetate that is generally used for making green paints. So these are the uses of the acetic acid or ethanoic acid. Next we will discuss the use of the benzoic acid. We know that salt of benzoic acid is a good food preservative. Okay, so sodium salt of benzoic acid, sodium benzoate are used as food preservative, and esters of benzoic acid are also used in perfumes. Okay, and 1,2-benzene dicarboxylic acid can be used in the manufacture of plasticizer and resins, and benzoic acids and some of its salts are generally used now in the urinary antiseptics. Okay, and if we think about the adipic acid, okay, adipic acid is generally used in the preparation of nylon 6,6. Okay, next we will discuss some distinction between the two pairs of compounds. First, if we think about ethanol and acetic acid. So we know that ethanol is the only alcohol that will give the iodophone test. So ethyl alcohol on treatment with iodine and NaOH, okay, will give the yellow precipitate of iodophone or CHIC, but acetic acid will not respond to this test. Otherwise, here if we add the, in case of acetic acid, okay, here it will give the sodium bicarbonate test, okay, but ethanol will not give the sodium bicarbonate test. Understand? Next, formic acid versus acetic acid. Formic acid and acetic acid. How do you distinguish chemically between these two compounds? Formic acid produces a silver mirror. We know that formic acid gives the positive tolerance test, but acetic acid will not respond this. So in this way we can chemically distinguish between formic acid and acetic acid. Next we will discuss the chemical distinguish between benzoic acid and phenol. Benzoic acid and phenol. So you know that phenols gives violet color precipitation with ferric chloride solution, but benzoic acid does not. And benzoic acid, if you add ferric chloride, there will be dark color precipitation. And benzoic acid reacts with sodium bicarbonate solution to give the carbon dioxide, but phenol will not give the carbon dioxide gas. Therefore, it will not respond to the sodium bicarbonate because phenol is the weaker acidic compared to the benzoic acid. Next, we will discuss some transformation type of questions. Okay, generally it is coming in your board exam also. First, we will discuss the step of reaction. Suppose formic acid is given, how to prepare the acetic acid. So 1 carbon extra. How to increase 1 carbon? So our main target is to prepare acetic acid from formic acid. First, what to do? We will convert this carboxylic acid to alcohol. So here we can use the reagent lithium aluminum hydride. So that will form methyl alcohol. In next step, what we will do? You will use. We can use that. Where we can use that PbR3, or better we can convert it OH into I by red phosphorus and iodine. That will produce CH3I, methyl iodide. Now it is a better leaving group. Here we can use potassium cyanide and alcohol. then there will be formation of CH3Cl, that is methane cyanide. Now, if we hydrolyze this cyanide, that will produce acid. CH3COOH. So in this way, we can do the step-up type of reaction. From formic acid, we can prepare acetic acid. Okay. Now, if we want to do the reverse, that means acetic acid to formic acid. Step down reaction. How will you convert? First, acetic acid we have to convert to acid chloride. If we add PCl5, then it will form acetyl chloride. Now with this acetyl chloride, we have to react with ammonia. Ammonia will form amide, acetamide. Now one very important reaction is there is Hofmann degradation reaction. Okay, the bromine KOH. So it will form one carbon less, forming CH3NH2. That reaction also I will discuss during the discussion of the nitrogenous compound. Okay. In next step, we will give the nitrous acid, HNO2. How to prepare HNO2? We add NaNO2 and dilute this, that will produce the nitrous acid. Nitrous acid will convert this amine to alcohol. Okay. In next step, what to do? We have to oxidize this alcohol by using that potassium dichromate and H2SO. We add K2Cr2O7 and H2SO4, that will form the acetic acid. So in this way we can do the step up reaction. Understand? Next we will discuss another type of conversion or transformation. You have to transform, you have to prepare propanoic acid from acetylene. So acetylene is given, you have to convert into propanoic acid, CH3CH2 COOH. Now, first what we will do, first we will add the Lindlar catalyst and hydrogen. Hydrogen and Lindlar catalyst. That will produce HCH double bond CHH. Okay. In the next step, we have to add the HBr addition. If we do HBr addition, then there will be formation of ethyl bromide. Now here, what to do? We have to add, we have to prepare Grignard reagent. So you will add magnesium and ether. Then it will produce C2H5MgBr, ethyl magnesium bromide. Now, if we react with this ethyl magnesium bromide with carbon dioxide, okay, and in second step we work up with the H2O plus, definitely it will produce our desired product, that is the propanoic acid, that is CH3 CH2 COOH. So in this way we can prepare propanoic acid. Next we will discuss another transformation, that is the preparation of N-propylamine from acetic acid. Okay, so we will start from acetic acid, CH3COOH, and what is our target? Our target is N-propylamine, that is CH3 CH2 CH2NH2. Now from acetic acid we will start. First what to do? We have to reduce this acid to alcohol. We are using lithium aluminum hydride, that will produce CH3 CH2H, ethyl alcohol. And in the next step we want to convert it into iodide, okay, which the red phosphorus and iodine if we give, that will form CH3 CH2I. Then next step we have to use potassium cyanide and alcohol for substitution reaction, forming CH3 CH2Cl. Now we have to use the reducing agent, that is the lithium aluminum hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride will reduce this cyanide forming the CH2NH2. So this is our desired product, that is the N-propylamine. And next, in the last, we will discuss one transformation on aromatic compound of carboxylic acid, that is benzoic acid. Okay. So if we want to prepare metahydroxy benzoic acid from benzoic acid, what to do? So we will start from benzoic acid, and our target is metahydroxy benzoic acid. So you know that carboxylic acids are meta-orienting. First we have to add mixed acid and apply heat. Then there will be formation of meta-nitrobenzoic acid. Mixed acid is what? Concentrated H2SO4 plus concentrated HNO3, 1:1 ratio. And then next step we have to reduce. Here we can reduce the nitro group, clean and concentrated HCl. That will form NH2. In the next step, what to do? We have to use the nitrous acid, NaNO2 and HCl, to diazotize this compound 0 to 5 degree. So it will form N2 plus Cl minus. Okay, diazonium salt will produce. And in the next step, if we apply heat in presence of water, then it will convert to the metahydroxy benzoic acid. So, in this way, you have to practice the transformation. Okay, many transformations are already solved in your book, and in the last portion appendix also there is so many transformations you have to practice and read the book thoroughly. And in this way, today I have completed the chapter aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. Okay, and in next class, okay, I will start a new chapter from physical chemistry. Okay, so today up to this, thank you.